Welcome into Unrivaled, the Penn State Football Stories, Season 6, Episode 8, Rewind, brought to you by Pepsi. Our guest today is ESPN's host of College GameDay, Rece Davis. Reese, how much preparation goes into each episode of GameDay?
It's hard to put a time on it, really. The way it's best described to me is that it's a lifestyle. We have such a passion for the sport and for the show that it's sort of all-consuming.
That to me is like my favorite challenge in doing the show is how can we keep doing things a little differently than we've done it before. And at the end of the day, College GameDay is that set there talking football, and we just love doing that.
We really spend the entire week thinking of topics, ways we can present them, stories to tell.
Who puts out the best social media?
That's Maria Taylor. Come on. Yeah. Maria's get the players relate to her. She gets them to open up. She's just the best at it.
Okay, we made our way to Happy Valley, which means we have to stop in Nittanyville, and it also...
I think stories like this with Jake is what college football is all about, and inherently that's what College GameDay is all about. That colors our show. You know what I mean? It's stories like this that make a difference between professional sports and college football.
It's really just sort of a lifestyle thing that helps the preparation, I think, because we're totally engrossed in the sport and in the season.
What about for you? Describe what goes into your personal preparation.
I think a lot of it is really understanding the guys on the set with you and what is likely to spark their interest and get the strongest comments from them or strongest perspective.
Coach, before your team takes the field tonight in this whiteout, what's going to be your message to your group?
There's very few things on this planet that are going to have 112,000 people show up supporting it.
Right.
We're fortunate and blessed like that, so enjoy that. They've earned that, but at the end of the day, it's about our preparation and it's about our execution like it is every week.
So that's the final message to the team. What about your final message to all of the whiteout fans that'll be in Beaver Stadium tonight? You got one for them?
I mean, that's pretty cool, huh?
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, we love you guys. We appreciate you. We're going to do this thing together tonight. Need everybody's help.
One of the coolest moments, in my opinion, from last year's show in Happy Valley was when head coach James Franklin went into the production truck. What did that moment mean to the crew?
It really impressed those people because it was an acknowledgement from Coach Franklin that it was part of a team effort. Those people, they may not be the people you see on camera, but they are every bit as important.
I think the one thing to put out there is we're not booked in advance. We're one team. It's just one group of people. A lot of these folks have worked together for many years, so there's a lot of synergy that goes into building the show.
How many people does it take to put everything together and all? Well, it's like almost, when you count all of us, it's like almost 100 people. Right?
It's 110 with all of us to build the show.
Like the biggest thing for us and what makes this so amazing is they don't know where they're going until 6-7 days out, sometimes 5 days out.
And have Coach Franklin go in and acknowledge what is a very stressful time for them. That's their game.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're working.
Take music. One here becomes vivid. White, baby. A Penn State whiteout. It is a grand spectacle.
And for him to acknowledge their work and to go in and give them a little swag, a little Penn State swag there was a good thing. They were really excited and very grateful, as was I. And I think it really said a lot about the type of guy that James is and how inclusive he tries to be.
What has made your 3 consecutive trips to Happy Valley so special?
You mean other than the ice cream?
Other than the ice cream.
The flight out is just one of the great and coolest scenes in college football. Other places do it well, do various color outs and color schemes and stuff, and they're cool. But I think there's something about Beaver Stadium, and then when everyone is dressed in white and the crowd really gets into it and starts making noise, there's like an eerie quality to it that's sort of electrifying. The various songs that are played, the moment that the crowd instantly reacts to. The first time we came back, when the student section during the game starts chanting, "We want the Lion," we decided to play off of that the first year and have the Lion crowd surf back toward Old Main. And Kirk had the idea, said, what if we got LC to join them? And so we went and asked Corso if he would do it, and he said yeah, and he was excited. So about 90 seconds before showtime, the director gets in my ear and he says, "Hey Reese, security doesn't feel good about this. We're calling this. Have Corso come back to the set." So I said, "Okay, open my mic to him so I can tell him." And I said, hey coach," I said, "look, they're a little nervous about you doing this. Let's just scrap it, let the Lion do it, and you come on back up here and get ready for the start of the show." And LC said, "Hell no, sweetheart, we're doing it." And it was one of my favorite opens to the show is, having that great scene. The show hadn't been to Happy Valley in a long time, and have the Lion and LC Lion back being passed back toward Old Main was really cool way to start the show.
Reese, the last time we spoke during the Unrivaled podcast, you said Happy Valley is the quintessential college town. Why?
It comes alive and it's vibrant on a college football Saturday. It is the state university, and it's such a large state and populous state, and it is the university, yet it's sort of removed and it's an entity unto itself in a remote place, a beautiful place where football is important. The setting, the passion that the fans have, the history there, the winning, all of those things kind of come together to make it a really, really cool place for college football.
Nothing like the whiteout at Happy Valley.
Reese, what do you remember about last year's whiteout between Penn State and Michigan?
The great start in such an environment.
Sees Parsons on the blitz. Delay game. First play of the game.
You better pack your poise and your toughness and your resilience, and you better pass block because this crowd goes crazy for sacks.
I think it really underscored the difficulty of going in and playing Penn State anytime, but particularly when the fans are energized, united, and excited about the whiteout and the eerie nature, and it can be it can be overwhelming for opponents, I think.
Feels urgent for Michigan. Clifford lofting for the end zone. Hamler's got a touchdown! How sweet it is tonight for the Michigan native.
Hey, let's go!
It's very hard to do my job in this atmosphere, but it's kind of fun because you hear the coaches screaming louder because they can't hear and they don't think their players can hear either.
And Clifford looks to find Hamler deep. He's got a touchdown, Penn State. And the playmaker does his thing.
Like there's no sound to it. It's just a feeling that you get. That's what a whiteout at Penn State is. Let's go!
And I think there's probably little doubt that some emotional and physical reserves were tapped into by the players because of the fans staying with them when Michigan was making its run.
It's broken up. Another massive play.
Beaver Stadium as loud as it can be.
Patterson escapes, delivers, incomplete in the end zone, and Penn State makes a stand.
And I just want to tell Penn State, their fans, this is the best student section in the country by far.
And Penn State is going to go to 7-0, and the whiteout will live on. But a true test of toughness on both sides. A memorable battle here tonight.
Penn State is one of just 4 programs to finish in the top 12 of the final CFP rankings each of the last 4 seasons. In your opinion, Reese, how has James Franklin led the resurgence of this program?
He's got a lot of energy. He's got great vision. He's a terrific coach, and he's an outstanding recruiter. You've got to be able to get both players who are talented and ready to go and players who can develop into elite level players, and James has been able to do both. They've coached them well. They've established expectations and standards for the program that he has led them to. I think that he's really developed a culture that is a championship level culture at Penn State.
Some programs have rules, some programs have standards. It's how we do things in our organization. There's a standard of how we do things, how we practice, how we meet, how we interact, how we are in the weight room, all those types of things.
Everybody wants to win and everybody gives it everything they have on Saturday. It's, can you establish the culture so that the preparation is there, so that the strive for improvement is constantly there in the times leading up to Saturday?
I thought the meetings today were excellent. Special teams, offense, defense, excellent. Practice was great. We got to come out here each Tuesday with the right mentality. We got to get better. I thought you guys were excellent. Let's continue to do that.
But from my position of observing the program and being around it when we get the opportunity to be around it, I think James is really good at that kind of thing. That type of leadership and mindset is something that James is really good at.
Reese, with all that said, where do you believe this program is headed?
If there's any program that has a really narrow gap between those three consistently elite, perennial playoff, perennial conference champion teams, if there's any team that hasn't been there yet, but has a really small gap, meaning just probably a handful of players at certain positions here and there, I would say Penn State would be the one that would be really close to that.
Rece Davis, host of ESPN's College Game Day. Appreciate your time.
Nice to talk with you guys. Take care.